that I want to get on, which has to do with this migration compact. This is something that relates to Andrew Scheer. So just backstory for our viewers out there. The Trudeau government is set to sign this migration compact at the United Nations next week in Morocco, I believe. And the Conservatives, Andrew Scheer, issuing this statement saying that the United Nations should not have any sort of ability to impact Canadian sovereignty. Foreign entities like the UN should not be allowed to dictate Canada's border policy. But the issue is, as the three of you know now, it's actually not a legally binding document. Right. It's not a treaty. This is simply a political declaration. And we'll start with you, Candace, on this, Chris Alexander, former immigration minister in the Harper government, coming out today and saying, hold on a second here, this is factually inaccurate. Is this UN bashing? Well, Chris Alexander, who has been wrong in the past, is wrong this time. What this agreement does, and where there's a lot of case laws, Canadian courts do look at agreements, international agreements like this. It's called, in legal terms, persuasive authority. So they will look, courts absolutely look at these kinds of agreements, and they make determinations based on that. So first of all, let's get that on the table. And if not, why sign it if it has no authority? But secondly, and more importantly, Canada and Canada alone should be who determines who gets to come into our country, who is part of our immigration system. Secondly, people coming in illegally is not the right thing to do. And no country other than Canada should be making those determinations as to who comes to Canada. And, I'm sorry, but the Liberals have messed up our immigration system so badly. The UN is not the authority to tell Canada who they should take in and who they shouldn't be allowing in. I don't trust the Liberals on this, and the UN is not who should be telling us what to do. Immigration is so important to Canada. It is. Canadians should be deciding, not the UN.
It is a challenge around the world with hundreds. As you know, the numbers are quite staggering. And this is really the first time that countries have come together to talk about it collectively and look at solutions collectively. Because as people migrate irregularly, they're fleeing something and they're going to somewhere safe. It doesn't mean that they necessarily leave one place and just go to another. They may go to multiple other places. So I think it's actually good that countries are coming together and talking about possible solutions.
Listen, under Andrew Scheer government, we would not sign this compact. We believe that Canada should be at the forefront of helping people who are actually in need, which is why it's so terrible to see the illegal border crossers coming across, displacing people who are irregular. They are illegal, Tracy. They are illegal.
All right.
Anyway,
we're going to have to leave it there.
So we're very clear on this, and the facts speak for themselves. Canada should be the country deciding who comes into our country and who's not allowed in
Candace
our country.
Bergen,
and we will.
Kim Rudd, Tracy Ramsey, great to meet all of you. Thank you for this today. Great discussion.